Yep.
All right, well, let's dive right in.
Cool. All right.
And we are green.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some good lasers. Up throw.
Yeah.
I would just go for the shine there. Straight
Well,
from
for
the,
this, yeah, I was supposed to be a shine, and then wave dash down, but my finger slipped and I just ended up doing a wave shot, like wave dash down, wave land. I mean.
Oh, well, I mean, like out of this, I
Oh.
would dash for
Oh,
that.
you just. Oh, okay. I see
Yeah,
what
because
you're
you
saying,
have
like,
room. If you were like right at the edge, then I understand why you would go for that.
okay.
Um,
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I just kind of ran off into waveland, like, so I thought I could catch him kind of tech.
yeah, just because it's you're not going to be able to waveland fast enough. I mean, you did the waveland like pretty quickly, and then you could go for up tilt. It looks like maybe you tried and you got jabbed by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I got
what
jabbed.
you did was definitely not bad. I would just prefer to go for the direct combo. The other thing you could consider just throwing him towards the ledge. Even though he's only at 38, like this is enough percent where you can start to kind of bully him off the stage. And you can definitely get early kills in this matchup. I mean, like, you back throw him off, maybe you catch him with an F tilt, catch him double jumping, and now you're like one down air edge guard away. Like, all you need to do is a well-timed down air, and he literally will die at 50.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind what you did. Nice. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
So you literally did the same thing.
I'm a big fan of throwing people off stage. I love
Awesome.
forward throw.
Yeah, so if you're not going to go for the immediate attack, I think that's totally fine. But this style of like throwing them off and then moving away slightly is supposed to counter this. So we want to make sure we're reacting to this if that's what we're preparing for.
I was playing him before, and like what I initially did was I throw him off, and then I would down air in reaction to the side B, and then he started countering it with down air to counter mine, and then now I adapted, I guess, to that with the forward smash.
Okay, well that's good. You have a understanding.
But I missed. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I would add is like really consider like the spacing. I'm trying to visualize like if he double jumped down aired immediately. Like I mean he basically did. But even if he like dipped further down and did it, I don't think you have to retreat as far. It's very subtle.
Okay.
But like, or you could just throw out the back air immediately, throw out an F tilt or something. If that's what you thought.
Yeah.
But really, this was fine. It's just like you said, you just missed. Maybe you go for a dash attacker. I think back air is generally going to be the easiest thing to hit with.
Okay.
But you got him. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong with getting grabbed, as long as you're DIing. So, I made it difficult for him. Good laser.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's funny, like we were talking about pressure, like before we started watching, but the biggest things we've seen this game, I mean, and this is a small sample size, it's just the second stock, but you're messing up your punishes, and that's causing you to get reversaled. So we had like the one on the top plat, where you didn't go for the direct combo and then like mess up an up tilt with the jab, and then we had the edge guard where you sort of just like miss space and miss time to F smash, and now we have this one where you shine him onto the side plat, and what did you do? Waveland straight down? You did the double jump.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Yeah, so there are two main ways to like deal with this. This wave shine actually is not bad. Don't like fool yourself into thinking that was the wrong direction to go, because if he DIs away, you want to be able to catch that. So this is fine, but as soon as you see this DI, we want to be moving back towards him. And the two ways you can do that are you can like full hop from this distance. I mean, the short hop double jump you did isn't always bad, but I think you would have to do like an immediate short hop like over here, and then that makes it pretty hard to cover the tech roll away. So if you want to cover the tech in place and the tech roll away, I think you need to just full hop and just commit to it. But it would be difficult to get there in time, I think. Let me watch again at full speed. Yeah, I don't think you would get there in time, honestly, because of how high Falco's full hop goes. So that would mean you would want to go for the second option, which is the most common, because it keeps you in a good position no matter what happens. And that would just be to like dash under him, or even just dash, wave dash. I like to do the wave dash to position. And then like as you're under him, you can either jump up and shine for the tech in place or the miss tech, or react to the tech rolls. I know Ginger has said like you can react to the tech in place, but I'm not sure how reliable that is. I can't get it consistently. Yeah. Especially even on like Yoshi's where it's like a really low platform. So Dreamland it's like extra hard, but it's something to at least try out, I guess. But I like to I'll either go for the read or I'll wait for the rolls. And so let's say you're positioned right here and you're waiting for the rolls, but they do tech in place, then you can just sort of like poke at them with an up air just to like maybe hit them after they shield and they try to shield drop, or you could just dash back towards center with the laser and reset and sort of protect yourself from this angle. Yeah. Or if the opposite happens, so you're waiting for which one did I say first? I said if they tech in place. If you go for the read on the tech in place, you like go for the dash, jump, shine. So it'd be like right now. Imagine you're like dash full hopping. That would be a hit. But if he tech rolls when you do that, then you can kind of play that situation. Sometimes you can like wave shine, or like you can go for the shine, wave land towards, and then like push them off into another shine. That can be tricky, but something you could do, or you could just shine waveland down and then see he tech rolled away, and then just play that mix up there, because that's a pretty good situation for you. Okay, so this one is you did go the wrong way on this one. So good down air out of shield, but he tech rolled left.
Yeah. No.
Do you have like a general strategy for tech chases? Because it seemed like for this one you just hard red tech roll in.
Yeah, I guess I did. I think I only have like a way for like on platforms I look for tech chasing opportunities, but I think on the ground, I guess it depends on the character. Like if I can like down air string them, but I guess in like Spacey's matchups, I don't really look for tech chase opportunities really that often.
Okay, I think that's actually pretty important, because the Spaceys are the two characters that are like the easiest to put into knockdown. Like even if it's just from F throw, if you throw them at like 37, they're just going to be guaranteed to have to tech. So it's totally fine to not. I mean, like versus Fox, I prefer to just reaction tech chase because his tech rolls are shorter. And like there are some situations where you can get it versus Falco, but it's definitely trickier versus Falco because of how far his tech rolls go. But at the very least, this is what I would recommend starting out with. You want to cover 2 out of 3 options. So where you're positioned now, if he teched in place, you could just dash, like jump cancel grab him, right? Or maybe like ideally you would position a little, because it would be hard to do that. But so you down air here, and then imagine you like wave dash back, and then if he techs in place, you're there to shine. And if he tech rolls back towards the center, then you can down air him. And then like if he goes into the corner, then you go, okay, I can't get to that. He didn't pick either of the 2 I was covering. Like you can position so that your back is like covering tech in place, but you're still kind of close to the tech roll in. And then and then when you see this, then you just simply laser or just like control him in the corner. Because this is a bad spot for him. But the fact that you hard red towards the center, you can see you gave up so much space.
Yeah, I really did.
And you also did it with a wave dash, which means that you weren't actionable right away. So knowing like who has frame advantage is really important in this matchup. Let me see. So yeah, if you see like how late you wave dashed, if he had teched in place, he would have been able to laser before you. And that's why frame advantage is so important in this matchup. Luckily, he tech rolled, so you can see like you still have frame advantage, and you get your laser out first. And this is the advantage to getting your laser out first, is you'll often catch them trying to laser, and if you hit him out of the air, that's a really bad spot for him. I don't think he's going to get his out, is he? No. Okay. So once you recognize you got your laser out first, you should also want to be reacting to them, going, okay, he's trying to shoot his laser, but I know mine's coming out first, and you want to be hit confirming that into a follow-up. So there's a variety of follow-ups. Do you have a go-to for the situation? Like if you know your laser's going to hit, do you have a preference?
I usually want to. In the Falco Dodo, I guess it's harder for me to like get like complete laser control, and I usually want to like laser into them and then into shine grab or like shine pressure.
Okay, so maybe you are missing opportunities where you could just directly punish.
Yeah.
So at this distance, I mean, we can even go back to like before you dashed away. So maybe you didn't react to the fact that he approached while he was doing this laser, but you can see like you were right there. I guess I went back to the same exact frame. Oops, I missed it again. Yeah, it's actually like confusing me because like you're dashing back so early.
Yeah, I think I was convinced that like, I thought he's gonna jump over the laser, and I was like, I'm gonna get back to center.
Okay, I mean, if that's what you were worried about, then that's reasonable. But I would say like being able to recognize the situation is huge.
Okay.
Because you can see like if you recognize this, you're actionable like now or in a frame. So imagine you just nair at him. That's like a really good go-to. So we'll count the frames. It's one frame of dash, 5 frames of jump squat, and then 4 frames for nair. So that's 10 frames that we need to get a nair out on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can see he's still in the air. And that's like a perfect dash nair, so you're not going to be perfect every time. But look at the leniency on it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Oh my. Yeah, that's
normally
crazy.
they have landing lag, but he actually didn't have it there. So it's like 15 frames. So that's like a 4-frame window to get that nair out. And there's also other punishes you can do. A great punish to focus on at lower percents is shine. You can just go for raw shines in a lot of scenarios, and you can do it with like a dash forward jump, and then like shine in his head range, like try to shine his head. And if you miss or if he blocks it, you can always just double jump waveland back and then like regain center control or go all the way to top plat. So shine is a really good move. I call them shine picks. Just like you're trying to just like pick them off like an interception in football or something. And just like get that shine and start your combo, or if you're wrong, then you just immediately eject from the situation. Or a really cool thing you can do is like double jump waveland and then laser as you come back down. But that's like kind of tricky, but you can do a lot of different things out of the double jump after the shine, and you're not going to be punishable is the big thing. So you're getting a really good chance for a hard punish from the shine while not really incurring any risk. Another one that can be good if you're like in a situation where maybe like in this situation where you thought, okay, I'm not sure if he has time to shield, so I don't want to do the immediate nair. That's the one thing you have to be careful about with that immediate nair is you have to hit confirm it and make sure you're going to get the nair out in time, because if they land and shield, well, now you're getting shined out of shield. So if you think they're going to land and get their shield out before you can hit them, you can just run up grab, of course, or you can just go for a late aerial. So if they're shielding to respect the threat of the early aerial, then you get a late aerial instead, and now you're in your bread and butter shield pressure, like you can do late aerial shine grab, double shine, wave shine away, all that good stuff.
Got it.
Okay, so you kind of do it here. But you can see for this one, he's not in the air. Oh, he's in the air. He's not as high. It's more so that you're dashing away, though. Oh, dash attack is another one that can be good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, wait, is this the same one? Okay,
I
yeah.
was gonna say that's. I think it's the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
Okay, so he was technically in the air, but it was right after he jumped. I was gonna
Okay.
say I didn't remember him like being up in the air. So that's
Yeah.
another thing to consider when you're hit confirming. The higher up in the air they are, the better that nair is going to be, because they have
Okay.
less options. The
Yeah.
only thing Falco can really do is like double jump away. So if you're the
Mm.
one getting hit by a laser, obviously we want to minimize how often we get hit by lasers out of the air. But if it does happen
Mm-hmm.
to you, double jump waveland onto the side plat can be a good option, because you can imagine if this red Falco had done double jump waveland and then you nair under him, he potentially
Mm-hmm.
gets like a drop down whiff punish or shield pressure at the very least. So using those side plats to get out of that situation can be good. But all in all, the approach wasn't bad, because you at least
Yeah.
like recognize the laser hit, and then you go in.
I don't know if I
Applying
missed
that.
my shine there or not, but I just
Oh.
remember like thinking like
Well,
I think I might
you
have missed my
dashed
shine.
out of it, so you probably didn't.
Okay.
If you had
I don't know why.
wave dashed, I would have agreed, but I don't think you could react to that. You definitely
Okay.
couldn't. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm-
Okay.
What it looks like to me is you probably thought the nair was going to hit, and then
Yeah.
you were surprised. So you're like,
Yeah.
like if you thought the nair would hit, you probably wouldn't shine because he's at
Yeah.
56.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I didn't mind the disengage, and you can see once again you have the frame advantage. You're hitting him out of the air, and here's another opportunity to threaten the dash attack, grab, F tilt can be good, especially now that you have him kind of cornered. If you could just like poke him off stage, and I think this one he does double jump out. So he double jumps out, but you can see you're totally safe. Like
Yeah.
that's the great part about I call them laser nets, where you like shoot lasers in a way where like they like land on top of them. It's not so much when you're short hopping, I guess. That's just like a laser out of the air. But anytime you get these lasers on airborne opponents, you want to take that opportunity to like hit them,
Okay.
or at least threaten it. So the other thing you could do is dash dance, threatening that, and then if they double jump, you could see how if you were dash dancing here and they double jump, you could full hop bear him, and now he's like off stage without a double jump.
Okay.
So you can wait
makes
for the
sense.
double jump, or you can threaten the immediate options, which are going to be safe most of the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. Well,
We take those.
yeah, we take them.
Okay. Got to be very careful in this situation. So he's coming down with respawning ball, and you're like still lasering him while he's intangible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
I've-
I guess it's. I think he still had it for a bit after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just have mistimed that. Yeah.
Yeah, just
I have a problem
paying
with that.
attention to that, and I don't mind the idea of like lasering him as it runs out, but we want to be making sure we're timed, because now you see you're the one getting hit out of the air, and
Yeah.
if that down tilt hit, like maybe you die. If he had F tilted, it would have been really bad.
Yeah.
Oh. All in all, though, you've been playing pretty solid this game. You've been getting the laser control.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this one was one of the more solid games I played, but there was definitely games where he just like took control.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think you might have gotten tricked a little here, just by like him
Ma-
wave landing around.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like, let me see. I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. So you're short hopping, and then you double jump dare up here. So what movement were you expecting from him?
I think he was maybe dancing around top plat and side plat. I think I was trying to maybe catch him,
Okay.
but
Yeah, I guess I would just say at 6%,
yeah,
like hitting him with any sort of aerial is not going to lead to anything, right?
yeah,
You really need to shine. So if you want to look for, like, if you want to punish someone who's just moving between platforms, you really want to attack their landing, so you can just
Okay.
do like a jump shine wave land. That's going to be
Mhm.
your best option. Because like you can see now that he's double jump or he's short hopping towards this side plat, um, he can like come down with an aerial to protect himself from you just jumping up raw. But you're also at 0, so he can't even like down air you, because if he down airs you, you like impact land onto the ground. Do you know what I mean by that? Where like you get hit into the ground and can shine right away.
Yeah, the down air. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget about that. Like I forget like to do it, I guess, or I always feel threatened when they're above me when I should just like jump at them, I guess.
Yeah, you should definitely get in the habit of like just jumping out of Falco here, and then I mean they could, if they're smart, they'll back air, but most Falcos down air. So you at least want to make them make that decision. And if they do like a down air back air, you can also just whiff punish it after the move, after they land and the hitbox disappears right away, and then just whiff punish that. And if you're slow, then you just like you have to be careful not to get shield drop shined. But other than that, they don't really have any threats. So that's why like I wouldn't consider like using platforms like this a winning strategy, because of that reason. Like you're sort of just hoping they never get you with a random shine. So just thinking about like the risk reward of our openings that we're going for, we don't want to be going for the down air up here. That's not going to lead to anything. And then the cost is now he has the ground control. And
yeah, I guess I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
I guess
Always interrupt me.
yeah, I guess I always had that problem with like if someone's like camping the top platform, like I end up like doing dash dance and laser, like trying to catch their like approach downwards, and then end up like getting caught somehow by something stupid like a down air. So I think I was trying to like cut it off, but I probably should be doing a different option other than that.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely do the laser that you described to like catch him coming down, but you do have to be smart about it. I mean, that's what he hits you with right here, right? So that's what I was gonna go to next, is like when we're coming down, I think it's usually best to use the side plats, because when you're dropping from top plat all the way down, unless he like already committed to something, like if he just F smashes the wrong way for whatever reason, well, yeah, just drop straight down and laser him. But other than that, this drop down is almost like a read that he won't do something on reaction to that. So you can drop down and then fake it and double jump back up. That's a good habit to get into, just being generally unpredictable on your way down, especially at these low percents. Like maybe at 180, don't mess around like that, because they might just jump up and back air. But at 0%, if he jumps up and hits you, you might even just like counterattack him. So that wouldn't even be a good idea from him. But other than that, like dropping into the side plat with a laser to the right, and then you can drop down with another laser or a runoff laser. So you have a lot of options from the side plat that are quicker than from the top plat.
Okay.
But if you're going to do this, then you need to be coming down with a laser at the very least.
Yeah.
And if you think he's gonna like jump at you to challenge the laser or like run under shine, then you need to do an aerial to protect yourself. But there's not a whole lot of reason to come down empty like that. And you can see you sort of just like fell. If you just visualize the bottom part of the stage is like he has it locked down with lasers. If he's the only Falco down here, he can laser and there's nothing you can do to stop him. So you have to respect the fact that he could be lasering as you drop down. Oh, there's that impact land.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that one was like kind of crazy because you got power shielded and it looked like it was more of a defensive dare. But whenever you're in these scrapping scenarios, that's something you wouldn't want to consider, right? If I do a fadeaway down air, it's not going to lead to anything ever. So maybe in this scrap, like just go for a shine. Just hold down. It feels like cheesy, but if you're just going to hold down and shine, at least if you get lucky, you're going to actually get a combo out of it. Whereas if you do this down air and get lucky, there's like no way to get lucky with the down air, because you got as lucky as you could, you hit him, and now he shines you anyway.
I think I picked the wrong options in scrapping a lot.
It's just about like picking the high reward ones, or like maybe a turnaround up tilt could be okay. He's still like kind of low percent, but the other option is just don't engage with that. So right there, you just roll away and you can see you're fine.
Yeah.
It happens again, you could just roll away here, and like maybe you get lasered, but then you have the side plat. You have a lot of options to work with if you just decide to roll away there, as long as it's not so predictable that he chases you. But like he can't be covering everything, obviously. Okay, this is the second time you've done this. I don't know if you do this a lot. You do like the short hop instead of just dropping through.
Yeah, I think I do that just like mix up my fastball timing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Mango does it, and I think Ginger does it as well. But and I do it myself. But I think it's sort of it feels like it's a holdover from like pre-shield dropping tactics. But like if you're on side plat, I think it's more applicable because sometimes you can like short hop to dodge a move they're doing and then fall back down to whiff punish. But on this top plat here, after he's misteching, I don't see the reason in like trying to mix up our timing, right?
I guess, yeah. I didn't come
like,
down with the laser.
What are we mixing up for? Yeah. So I'd rather see you just like quickly be focused on like if you recognize the downer hits and you're like, oh, he's in misfoot. That's what this is called when he slides off backwards while shielding.
Okay. Yeah.
If he fast falls, he actually won't have to tech, but you know he's landing at the very least. So if you're gonna come down, then like you would want to do it quickly. Yeah, and this is like an example of like how this is so not threatening. Like you got hit by this down air, but it almost doesn't matter. And it's just like if you had shielded on this top plat, he could just get shield drop shined and you could combo him. So this is why I don't like the full up approaches to top plat. I guess you had already dropped down though.
Yeah, I think I was trying to like mix it up, but I think I went down too low.
Yeah. So you like went almost all the way down and then double jumped.
Yeah.
Maybe not even intentional. Okay. That was crazy. Yeah, so when I find myself underneath people like this, especially on like Yoshi's and Fod, which have the lower top plat, it's more applicable because you have to be like respecting that threat. I wouldn't be shooting lasers there. If you want to shoot a laser, I would like pick one side. So like go to the like off center area and shoot a laser, and try to shoot it high so that if he runs off towards you, you're like at least somewhat protected. But I think you can just sort of one thing I like doing is just dash chancing underneath. And then maybe I see him on this side, so I would dash chance more over here, and then like you can see based on his shield drop, I'd be like, oh, okay, I can contest that. Or if he runs all the way off, so just to put it back in that scenario, so maybe like in this position, I'd be dash chancing here, and then if he runs off this edge, maybe like I get a laser out. So this laser isn't like terrible, but then you sort of are like throwing out moves. That's why I think I was trying concerned.
Yeah, I don't know if that was meant to be. I think I was trying for an up tilt. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I held the stick and then just got straight up smash, I guess.
Here's another laser. So you definitely seem to like when you shoot the laser, you're not confident it's going to hit the opponent because you're like already shielding, right?
Yeah, I think I don't have the confidence when I'm lasering.
So, and it feels like you did it specifically to counter this. You know what I mean? Like you dash back at the perfect distance, did a perfect laser. This is, well, what do you think you should do in this situation? We kind of already went over it.
Jump shine, probably.
Yeah.
Or,
up tilt could be okay.
Up tilt.
If you're like thinking you won't get there in time with the jump shine, but this is as close as it's going to get. So that's prime jump shine opportunity. And you can see how like if you do dash jump shine down air, double jump down air, you're just gonna be like set up for a great combo from then on. And you try to grab, so you at least tried to punish, but you had already shielded and gave up your mobility. Nice. I think maybe you could have F smashed him. It would have been close. If you wave land straight down, I think you get him. Or the other thing you
Maybe.
can do is short hop off with a. You want to threaten this mix-up of like strong back air right here, or
Hmm.
like a weak move. You could do like an early nair into light nair, like with the
Hmm.
later part of the nair you could light hit, or forward air would be the easiest to hit here. And I think if you
Okay.
forward air and he DIs in, you get a down air. So we
Okay.
want to be doing we want to be setting ourselves up for the next hit.
Okay.
Once we get the shine like this. So you get this shine. This is like a very common situation. So you want to be thinking at least 2 moves ahead.
Yeah, I feel like that's my issue. Is like when I get here, I end up doing the wrong option. So I should probably work on this.
Yeah, I really like Uncle Punch combo training. I
Yeah.
don't know if you use Uncle
Mhm.
Punch a lot.
Yeah, I use Uncle Punch a pretty good bit
Yeah,
for.
so if
Uh,
you do combo trainer in that and
yeah.
just set them to like random DI, and you can like disable smash DI to make it a little
Yeah.
easier at first, but I can just play that for like literally an hour straight and just combo spacey and just
Yeah.
like work on shine waveland like nair, and then you'll get in the same positions over and over if you like start them at a certain spot on the map,
Hmm.
and you'll start like developing out that combo tree where you start to
Yeah.
see the different branches you could take, and you might get him to this position and he's at like 115, like, oh, I could actually just dash jump shine bear or something, like an option
Hmm.
you haven't thought of before. The up air could have been sick if you did it earlier. So
Yeah. Single.
being like ultra charitable, if you jump from like right here and did a single hit up air on the left side
Yeah.
and then landed there, that could have set you up for a down air as well. But fair
Maybe
is
in
definitely
my
the
heart
way
I
to
wanted
go.
to do that.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said maybe in my heart I wanted to do that, but I just
Yeah.
didn't execute. But
Oh no. Yeah, again, you got the laser on him. So like you hit it. Do you know what you were thinking
yeah.
there?
I don't know. I don't know what I
Oh,
was
you tried
thinking.
the
I
F
guess.
tilt. There it is. You were 1 frame
Yeah.
slower.
Oh.
I think it was 1 frame. Let's see.
Yeah. I was thinking of like I was just gonna like do like slight pressure in the
Okay.
in the
Yeah, no,
corner.
I like the idea of F tilt. He actually just like
Yeah.
did take laser F tilt a frame before you. Let me see.
Yeah. I just wasn't
Yeah, there it
expecting
is.
you would react so like well to it.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty ballsy thing to do, because he could just get F smashed and it would just break through the F tilt. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. So he did it 3 frames earlier.
Okay.
But yeah, at least you had the right idea. You're just trying to push him off stage. The other thing you can do if you feel like you're playing opponents that are doing crazy stuff like that, you can just dash chance, obviously. So imagine you just dash chance here, and he throws out that F tilt. Then you can like approach with the nair to whiff punish, or at least get
Yeah.
shield pressure. The other thing you can do is laser again. So you can imagine if you lasered again here, you wouldn't even be able to punish the F tilt, but you would see the F tilt, and then the second laser would hit, and then you would know, okay, this guy likes to throw out attacks after lasers. So maybe after the second laser, you look for another F tilt. That's pretty common with like take laser turnaround up tilt. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah. If
Like
they
where you
don't
laser
touch the
them.
building, they're not gonna stop. Yeah.
Yeah, that you see that they're trying to turn around up tilt, and then you still like run in and get hit by it, and you're like, oh my god, I knew he was doing it. I
Yeah.
could literally see.
Yeah.
Just a quick defensive note here. You could check roll away versus. So
Yeah.
once you do the get up attack, and you see him double jumping, you know he's gonna hit you. I mean, no matter what he hits you with, you can tech roll away.
Okay.
Just like hold down and away, and then C stick down.
Okay. I feel like I never think of. I feel like I have a bad defensive defensive game plan. I guess. Like
Okay.
I don't think about my tech options as much, or like I try to, but I'm not. I feel like I don't pick the right options a lot of the time.
Let me see why you get up attack then. If you think your teching is weak, it's pretty difficult to react to. I guess I would say miss tech roll away is really good there though, because Falco is pretty slow. So
Yeah.
even after missing, let's see, what frame do you actually are you able to move?
I think right here, I thought like he was gonna down air me, so I thought like get up attack would work, but he double jumped.
Yeah, he just baited it in a
Yeah.
good way. So
Hmm.
I don't even think the get up attack is bad because, like I said, you could just tech roll away and you're fine.
Yeah. So tech roll away. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, don't mind that. Okay, you can see how like every time he goes through the platforms, you sort of like what. There's two ways to play this. I sort of touched on it a bit. So you can stay on the ground, poke at him maybe, or like just wait for him to come down. And he's at a high percent. That's going to make it difficult for him to come down and like beat an AC bear, right? Because if he trades with a back air, or if he whiffs and gets F smashed, he could just like die or get set up for an edge guard at the very least. Whereas if you do this rising bear and he does literally anything other than get hit by it, so like if he shields it, if he dodges it, if it's like a weak back air somehow, then all those are going to put you in a bad position. So you can see he just barely dodges it, and he doesn't even punish you for it, but now you're out of position. Luckily, he landed on top plat, so you could have dropped right away, but I don't think you realized that you put yourself out of position. So I think now you choose to fight him here. Yeah. So, and you're also doing like a down air, which isn't really what we want.
Yeah.
So yeah, just don't give up on your game plan so quickly, just because they're being a little evasive. Because you'll run into players that play evasive like that, specifically to get you off your game plan.
Yeah.
And like if they're being evasive for 30 seconds straight, which you'd be surprised how few players actually do that. It's like 1% of players ever will actually stay up on the top plat for more than 5 seconds. But if they are doing that, the longer they do it, the more predictable they're going to be, because they just don't have that many options. If they're camping in one spot, they're going to get predictable, and then you can punish their predictability. But if you look at the full hop bear you went for, like nothing about this was saying like, like if the Falco had done full hop from side plat to top plat 10 times in your session, then I guess this makes sense, right?
Yeah, I was trying to read it. Yeah, I think I was trying to read that option, but I guess I just missed it and it left me in a bad spot.
And the other way you can play it is like full hop to like bait that movement and then react to what they're actually doing. So maybe you could have full hopped under the top plat thinking he would go there, and then you see the double jump and you go, okay, now I can confirm the exact spacing and actually hit him for sure now. Whereas when you do the rising bear that you did, you're putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, okay.
Right? You're saying like, if he jumps right here, I'm going to hit him. But if he does literally anything else, then I'm not going to get anything. And I'm committed to this animation. So now you have to land on this side plat or like all the way down on the ground. Whereas if you just full hop, you retain a lot of your options. So imagine you just empty full hop right here. Maybe even like landing on top plat and you could up tilt him. Or you like stay below the platform and like shine stall. That's something I like to do during tech chases and stuff. So you have a lot of options, but you want to retain those options for as long as possible. And as soon as you pick one, you're giving up all the others. Nice. Good evasion. That was beautiful. So there we see the hit confirm laser. Oh, so he was actually on the ground. Did I see another laser that hit? Okay. That's fine. He probably shouldn't have jumped there, but
yeah.
It was like a decent enough nair. Good anti-air. Yeah, there it is again. Did you see yourself shield? So like you hit him with this perfect anti-air and then you shield. And it's like, no, that's your combo.
I don't know why I did that.
But you can see that like that's a pattern you have, right? Where you are in these good situations and you're shielding or you're dashing away. You did that a few times when you lasered him out of the air. You lasered him perfectly and then you dash away. It's like, wait, you won. You won the situation. Take your prize. And you still like kind of hit him with shine. Let me see. You can imagine like if you didn't do this, maybe you'd like up tilt again and then you dash jump shine, get him at like a better positioning. But this one, like it was kind of rushed and you couldn't wave land properly.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, while you're retreating. So what are some alternatives if you play Falco that likes to retreat, or to overshoot rather, in this situation? Because he has frame advantage. So that's the first thing we want to think about. So what do you think if you had to like describe the general mix-ups and what their counters are? Can you
For
name
someone
a
who's
few?
just like for overshooting, like just aerial in general, or
just any option he could do from here. One of them is like an immediate shuffle, which overshoots a bit. So what would you do to counter that?
Okay. Up tilt again would be, I guess, a good option.
So what's the counter if you up tilt again? We want to think about the risks of our defensive choices.
Yeah, if I up tilt again, you can dash dance, punish that.
So that doesn't mean that absolutely does not mean don't up tilt twice there.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, but it does mean maybe at a 0, maybe we don't want to do that because getting hit by a dash dance dare sucks. Whereas if we do this at 80 or at 60, I think it's mostly applicable too. Like if he does a dash dance around your second up tilt, what is he going to hit you with? Like a down air or nair maybe? But then you could tech roll away. So maybe not as bad at 60 where those moves knock us down. So these are the kinds of things you want to think ahead about. So just like the get up attack, I said like after the get up attack, you're not doing anything else, so you might as well look for a defensive technique after. So like, he baited out the get up attack successfully. What's he going to hit me with? And then think of the counter to what he's hitting you with, which would be tech roll away. Same thing can work for that.
Okay.
But do you see how that like general flow chart works as far as the options?
Yeah.
So like picking the defensive option and then having a plan B in case they outplay it.
Yeah.
So what's another defensive option you could pick?
Fade away, auto cancel bear, I guess.
Yeah, you might have time.
Maybe.
Let's assume you do have time. What's a downfall or potential downside to doing that? This one's trickier. So if you don't know it, that's okay.
Only thing I can think about is just like a huge commitment, I guess.
Yeah, so the real risk is it is a commitment, like you said, because you're first of all you're jumping, and second of all you're doing an attack. So kind of like what I was saying up there with the rising bear, you're like fully committed to that the entire time, and unless he like dashes into it, it's just not going to be doing anything for you. So what happens a lot if you'll do that in the Ditto is they'll approaching laser. The laser will hit you out of the air, and then you get like laser F smashed or something out of the air because like they're just chasing you down. So the other option I was thinking that's probably the most common is just shield and going for the shine out of shield. And then if they do the dash dance, the shield is okay because now we can like full hop away or maybe wave dash. Let me think, what else? There's obviously other stuff like you could F tilt to be a little bit more aggressive, or you could do like a roll towards. You could do a roll away, but again, that would lose pretty hard to approaching laser. So you kind of just want to like think about all the different options you have, and just start with like one. So if you just start with the up tilt, just because that was the one you mentioned, not because it's necessarily the best, but like try it out in a few unranked games. Maybe you run into a Falcon, you go, okay, I'm just gonna every time I get lasered or anytime I'm at frame disadvantage, I'm gonna use an up tilt to protect me. And I'm going to see like what happens if they run in. Do they get hit? How does that set me up for a combo? Or if they dash dance around it, how are they punishing you? Does that punish hurt really bad, or is it not that bad? And that'll allow you to like calibrate for what option you want to pick in an actual game. So after like spamming 10 up tilts after in disadvantaged scenarios, then you can try shielding 10 times. And doing them all in a row like that, it'll be predictable in the moment, but like your goal shouldn't be to win the friendly. It should be to practice this specific option.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially when you notice a player. So that's another thing is like if you notice they're doing laser into immediate aerial, practice holding shield and doing shines out of shield. And then if they start adapting, well, then that's a chance to practice the second layer. So maybe they do laser and they're going for run up grab. Maybe you can spot dodge some of those grabs on reaction to them running up instead of doing the aerial, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of subtleties that you can pick up on as you become more familiar with each individual option. So, and that'll be what separates like the top players from the average players. Is a top player that's shielding here, he'll pick up on the fact that Falco is like approaching on the ground instead of in the air, and he'll just like spot dodge instinctively or roll away or something. And and for the attacker, they'll be like, how did he know? He's psychic. But it's actually just because they're telegraphing it in a certain way.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense to me.
Nice late aerial. So you get the jump shine. This one's tricky. Let me think. That's not the worst. I probably would have down aired him to the left.
Okay. Yeah.
So especially when they're slightly to the side of you, most players will think that you're jumping straight up. So you can see like if you jump straight up and down air, he's going to get sent to the right. So I think most players assume that. Whereas if you full hop and like go to the right, you kind of cross him up and you cross up his DI. And I think that can get a lot of people. The other thing you want to consider is if he's predicting you will back air to send him off stage, obviously you would bear him to the left, correct?
Yeah.
Like that's the intuitive option people would pick. So if he's expecting a back air, he's going to DI up and in to the right. So that's another reason to down air him on the right, where like if you jump up there and he's like, oh, I'm going to get back aired, survival DI, the survival DI will have him land back on this side plat here, and then you can drop back down and tech chase.
Yeah.
And like if he tech rolls away, F smash, and he's potentially dying. Any of the other options you can shine or up tilt, and just continue to rack up that damage, and maybe get another. Maybe he like DIs towards the top plat at some point, and you go for another tech chase opportunity. But you can see like when you get this one, if you were going to do that, at least land up there with him, so you can have some chance at a follow up. I guess for that one you couldn't though. Only other thing I'll say is immediate double jump is going to be preferable here, so you're not stuck up in the air for so long. So you see, like, you hit him here, so there was no reason to jump higher than this point. Does that make sense? Yeah. But you can see you keep going up. All of these frames are giving him time to do defensive stuff, whether that's tech roll away and, like, escape, or even worse, he could, like, tech in place and maybe he starts counterattacking you before you come down. So you do fast fall, but, like, you want to limit that wasted movement as much as possible.
Got it. Yeah.
Impact land opportunity. So if you get the sense he's coming off that top plat to attack you, just go for a jump shine. And if he hits you, so imagine you try to shine there and you're frame early. Oh well, he down airs you. And when you're holding the down B for the shine attempt, like you'll just naturally DI down too. So that's another benefit.
Okay.
But you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 frames, you're actionable.
Yeah.
So you could shine them, or you could down smash maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you hit down smash, it would have hit, but wouldn't really recommend that. Oh, shine out of shield. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We have a few minutes. So we'll just go through the second game real quick. But did you have any thoughts on the first game?
No, you definitely covered like some stuff that I wanted to cover, and then also stuff I didn't even realize I should be working on.
Mm-hmm.
So that no,
What was
I
the
felt
stuff
pretty
you
good
didn't
about that.
realize the shilding or like defensive after
Yeah, probably my
defensive and good
the
positions?
defensive my defensive flow chart. Dealing with like the top platform stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just like the way that also that I'm bad with like like laser confirms. Like I after I confirm a laser, I'm just very I'm very passive, I guess.
Yeah.
I wish I need to just be more aggressive.
Do you like FD as a stage in this matchup, or no real preference?
Uh, Maybe it depends on the Falco, I guess.
Okay.
But it's literally if I think I can win laser control. But
Mm-hmm. I was just
uh,
wondering because if you don't like people like moving around on platforms, then I thought maybe that would be a stage you really
yeah,
like. But
that's
it does
it's
depend
I
on
usually
laser
actually
control.
my favorite stage I think is Frozen Pokemon, just because just I feel like I get the laser control. Also, I don't have people like dancing up at the top platform, and I feel
Right.
like that's probably my favorite stadium.
Gotcha.
FD, I just can be kind of polarizing because
Yeah, I think a lot
I
of
mean,
Falcos dislike it just because of the combos being so ridiculous.
yeah,
And like
it
once
just
you get
goes.
lasered, you're like, oh god.
Yeah, it's like I lost immediately if
Yeah.
I messed up like one thing.
Hopefully there's some laser interactions in here. The one
Mhm.
go-to is like if you shield their laser, um, you can jump and do an early laser out of shield,
Yeah, I do that
and
pretty good often.
yeah, and that can catch them jumping for their second laser. Another good one
Mhm.
is this is like a harder read, but if they do approaching lasers, because once they lock you down with lasers, a lot of Falcos will instantly approaching laser because they think, oh, he's
Mhm.
locked down,
Mhm.
which is true. But if they do a full approaching laser and then you shield or even just like dash, you can like running shine or dash wave dash or just wave dash out of shield. You can move towards him and shine, like crouch under his laser or get past it by moving forward and then shine him as he lands.
Okay.
So those are like two good defaults when you don't have platforms. If you have platforms, those are also great. Just like wave land on top, and then after they laser underneath, you like run off the platform as the laser passes under you, and then you can come. You can have a laser of your own coming out.
Mhm. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I gotta consider more different defensive options,
Oh,
I guess, for
sorry, you
laser.
can't see my screen. Not that
No, I can't.
I wasn't showing the gameplay, but I was moving my mouse around.
Gotcha. Uh,
Oh, what do we see
still,
already? I'll let you try and point out a few things.
I still only see your. I don't see
Oh,
anything
you have
really
to
besides
click my
your.
logo.
Yeah, I just see the logo.
Yeah, if
I
you
was
just
like,
click it, it'll bring up the stream.
oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I
Ah,
hate that
gotcha.
Discord
There we go.
makes you do that, but
Ah, didn't-
okay. So you can see sort of
mhm.
doing this down air. Not gonna combo because he's at
Yeah.
0. Like instead, I'd rather see you do like a runoff shine or something. Because if you get the shine,
Hmm.
that's great. And if you whiff the shine, I mean, I guess if he lasers the shine, it would be a little worse. But you can just like double jump away. That
Yeah.
was good. Another down air out of the air. Oh no!
Yeah. Didn't recognize.
Yeah, if you're ever not sure, they're just back air. Like the
Mm.
edge guard is plenty good in this situation. If you're worried, especially because if you think they're gonna like smash you either down or in, um, then if they hold just straight right and you back air, then they're gonna have way worse DI than they normally would. And
Yeah.
if they survival DI for the back air, they won't be able to smash DI in as good, or at least it'll make
Hmm.
it very difficult to do both, to like smash DI in and then also trajectory DI.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me think. Did you also attack early? I would guess I would say the other thing is you kind of want to like let the hit stun breathe. So after the
Hmm.
shine, you have all day to combo him. So you could like
Yeah.
short hop, double jump above him, and then like evaluate the situation and either like do a drop down nair or something or down air. You can sort of pick what you do, but you like shine him really early. So maybe you're underestimating some of the hit stun. Okay, that was good stuff. So that was him doing the approaching laser we talked about, right? He,
Yeah.
like, did the laser, and he's like, oh, he's knocked down. Let me go in. I don't think the laser hit you, though. I don't know if it would have mattered that much. Okay. Yeah, I hate ledge hop side B, even though I use it all the time.
Yeah.
The best counter is actually if you can react. So if you react to him there, you can just roll towards it, and you'll like dodge it because you're intangible, but then you'll end up at a good spot to punish him. But even just shielding would work here because you're already like jumping though. So it looked like you were lasering. Nice. Scared him. I give you credit for that one. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm in the corner.
You kind of put yourself there though, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So
I
maybe
rolled,
that was an
I don't know why.
accident. He wasn't. He was invincible, but like, what should you be thinking after as this laser's coming at you? This isn't a
full
bad
hop away.
situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, what can he do against you? Not much. Especially when you're at 0. So what should you be thinking?
Get out, like just wave full hop out or
I think
short
wave land
hop.
on the side plat's a pretty good
land.
default there.
Yeah.
Because he's not even close enough to jump shine it. But like full hop on the side plat, you can like full hop and threaten the side B ledge cancel, and then also land on side plat. So you could do that.
Yeah.
But what's the one thing we don't want to do?
Stay shielding like I did.
Yeah, stay in the corner. Even if you like wave dash forward here. So let's say you shield this and wave dash forward. Let's see if it would have worked. Yeah, so this is exactly what I was talking about. If you had wave dash forward here, you sneak under this laser. Like you would be in your wave dash animation, you would dodge under this and then shine him and like 0 to death him off of his corner pressure. And it feels bad if you're the one getting shine, but all the more reason to do it. Okay, so we're in a laser war. Look, see, nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like illusion when you think it's like really bad.
Yeah.
I don't even think this was necessary, but it's not like it was terrible to move back there. Who cares? And now you're lasering him out of the air. Nice. Oh! You see that?
Yeah, I have a hard time recognizing them and then like acting out.
You have to know as you're jumping, like, this Falco could just run off dare me. Because if you stay grounded, the run off dare is like one of his best openers in that situation. It's only when you start threatening the... Oh my god. It's only when you start threatening the jump into it and then impact land shine that you start to consider it a bad option. Oh, that's a tech roll situation.
Yeah.
See how you could just you could cover everything here, right? So tech in place, you down smash, tech roll right, you F smash, tech roll left, you could either F smash or like go for a combo. Maybe a running shine would be optimal. But like a down air could also be okay if they don't tech roll away. I like running shine because I hate when people just tech roll to the other side of the stage and I get nothing.
Yeah,
So that's another thing you can practice in the combo trainer. Just do like a down air to knock them down and then just try and cover 2 out of 3. You don't have to perfectly reaction tech chase everything. And that worked, but be careful about this. This attacking out of shield, especially from the side plat, you've done that a couple times now. This is one of those situations where we want to be focused on resetting, right? Like maybe wave dash towards the right edge and drop down with the laser. Or if you're if you want to attack, like wave dash off and back air, that'll be really fast. But you do this short hop, and it's like you're giving him so much time. Like I think the back air actually would have hit, but now it's like it's delayed. Or you could even just like get out of shield and then get up to top plat and sort of move around up there to be unpredictable, and then drop down either side. Nice. No! I looked away.
I don't know why I did that.
Okay, so that's a full hop bear.
Yeah.
You can see like at these percents, it becomes like more reasonable, right? But I still think staying grounded is pretty good. But yeah, I'm not gonna fault you for doing it at 100%. Just try to get over there for the edge guard. Let's see. Yeah, side B ledge cancel was the play.
Okay.
Yeah, do that and then like drop down to cover the ledge.
Got it.
Whenever you're really far away, people really want to side B to ledge. Because they're just trying to get back as quickly as possible. Here's that ledge hop side B again. So let's see what we could have done. You could have done anything there. Shield,
Yeah.
You could have just hit him. You could have done the roll away still. Yeah. Just got to recognize it. Yeah, that was a good jab by him. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
So if you ever are in that position where 1, 2, 3, 4, say you had frames to hit him. Look at him in the stage. What the hell is that? Does he? I wonder if he no impact lands. No, he lands regularly. So you had frame advantage. You just you tried to F smash.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go for the smash attack there, just down smash.
Okay.
It's like they're both gonna send him off pretty much the same amount, but like the down smash is frame 6.
Okay.
But another thing you can do is like dash back. If you think they're gonna do some like crazy spot dodge or jab mix up there, you can dash back and do like a backflip back air on that spot, and just sort of zone out any option he does there. Nice. Oh no, you had him. You didn't need to run off. Once you did that laser, great laser to cover his double jump height, but now you need to recognize like, okay, he has no options other than go to ledge. You could have even just grabbed ledge.
So,
He's so far out. But at the very least, stand near the ledge and just down smash. You don't need another laser. I have that habit too, of the run off double laser. Sometimes it's just unnecessary though. And we see this short hop off again. Like you can see you could have wave dash bared. So if you were like trying to punish this as fast as possible, you would wave dash bear or shield drop bear. But you do this one and like that one could have gotten outplayed way harder.
Yeah.
Oh, he just happened to jump into it both times. Nice. So, did you see why that option hit?
Why it hit?
Yeah, like, or do you remember what happened?
Sorry, I got distracted because I was like, I dropped the punish. I was
okay.
getting mad at myself.
So, what is he doing right now? Can you tell?
Is he jump squat?
No.
Oh.
This is F tilt.
It's F tilt.
Yeah, he's doing F tilt.
He's down low.
So this is the thing we talked about where he does the F tilt and then he gets hit, and then guess what he does right after? F tilt again.
Yeah.
And then you just kick him in the face for it. So that's like the whole mix-up scenario we just described earlier. Like he's doing the tilt into take laser repeat tilt, so he's doing that. He's trying to stuff you with the F tilt, which we know now he's a fiend for it. So you can disrespect him like this with these early aerials. That's great. I would say down air would have been preferable if you are going to disrespect him, right? Or you could dash dance around it and then like confirm that let him whiff the F tilt and then come in with the late down air. But we want to be hitting him with something that's going to hurt, which he doesn't like CC, so it didn't matter. But if he's going to be on the ground, we definitely want to prefer the down air. Oh, So what could you have done there to cover 2 out of 3? Right here.
I could. Let's see. Should I be crouched and then like wait for like?
Yep, I like crouch. If he does if he does crouch, well, I mean, since it's a missed tech, you're technically covering 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
So you're covering get up in place, get up attack if you crouch, and then tech roll in. And you might be thinking, well, like he'll just roll away every time, but at least then you can like chase him with a laser and he's being predictable. So you can like react to that, chase with laser, maybe F tilt. I do that all the time in this matchup. And like the big thing is that you're not going to get reversaled playing that way, right? Another thing you could do, I don't really like this. I almost don't even want to advocate for it, but you could double jump above. Sometimes people will get up attack, but I found it's better if you think they're going to get up attack and you want to space around it. Instead of like doing it vertically, I find it's better to do it on the ground. And for the longest time, I never did it. And then I started doing it. I was like, oh, if I'm on the ground, I can just like get way better punishes. Or if they do, like, if you double jump above them and they do the stand, sometimes they like hit you out of the air, right? But like if you're just dash dancing and they do the regular stand, they're never gonna like hit you for it. You can almost like you can sometimes even react to that. So dash dance around or crouch are the answers there. Oh no! Looked like you were uncomfortable with the laser because it was a single laser.
Yeah, I just missed my.
I think it was like so close to coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But that one was a good example of like the other options we had. I'm trying to think of like why exactly you were dying that game. I felt like I don't remember the kills, but I was focused more on like how you lost the interactions.
I feel like when I play him, I feel like I do well neutral wise, but it just he's really good at reversal and edge guarding and getting good kill confirms on me.
Yeah,
and
I
definitely
still
let
felt
him
like
back a
this
lot.
game was a lot of you messing up advantage situations, if you know what
I
I mean.
do that. I do. Yeah, he actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna make this matchup make it tough for like no reason. So I would focus on the situations where you're already outplaying him, and make sure you're getting value out of those. Because like you said, you feel like you're winning neutral. Well, if you're winning neutral in the Falco duo, which is a really combo heavy matchup, we should be hurting him.
Yeah.
And like even if your defense was worse, like you should just be comboing him at least as hard. I don't know. It's not like Falco has so many defensive options in this matchup that it's like overwhelming. It's not like a versus a Marth or Sheik that can be really slippery or something. But in this matchup, it's kind of just like, I mean, if you crouch the get up attack, I guess he has like, he could tech roll he could ground tech versus the F smash or something, but they only have so many options, and usually the options won't be enough to reversal the situation. So like imagine you crouch, he get up attacks, and then you F smash him and he tech rolls across. Well, he's still like in the corner as Falco, and you're saying you have a favored neutral ratio versus him, so that shouldn't even be bad. So don't even sweat the like him having defensive stuff. Just like keep focusing on like outplaying them and make sure you're capitalizing on your wins.
Okay. Yeah.
But did you have any final questions as we wrap up?
I guess not. I was just gonna mention before, like I feel like I have pretty solid punish when I do training mode and stuff, but I feel like I have a hard time converting, I guess, in game.
Yeah, well, I think we kind of went over that, right? It's sort of like that confidence. Maybe even just like be like mentally trick yourself into saying like everything I'm going to try, I'm just going to assume everything I go for is working. And then like sure you'll get hit some of the time because you'll assume incorrectly that your laser was going to hit or whatever. But at least then that will like let you figure out like, okay, I can kind of tell now when it's going to work and when it isn't. Because most of the approaches or whatever that you're doing in neutral, you can react to the fact that it's going to work before it actually
Yeah.
hits or whatever.
I definitely do just reactions. Like I always based on my next move of like, did that work or not?
Yeah. I talk about it with lasers a lot because there are a lot of Falcos that. Let me try to find an example. Where's the one where he came down on top of you? Okay, so like this one here. I mean, you correctly identified it in this one, but it seemed like there were a lot of situations where you shoot this laser and you somehow don't recognize that he's going to get hit by it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this one, when you do recognize it, this is what you do, and you combo him. Oh, I missed this tech chase. That's the same tech chase we talked about before. Do you remember? Like
Yeah, like waiting under.
If you just react to the tech roll, we should be jump shining that. And you want to dash jump shine him on the right, so he goes like straight up or to the left. Don't let him DI to the top plat and get away. But instead we're like doing full out there, and he's at 20.
I think that had to be a misinput.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I jumped down aired.
Gotcha. But yeah, I think even stuff like that, that's just purely punish game. Outside of like the hit confirming in neutral, if you work on that as well as like some of these common punish scenarios, you don't have to do like the crazy stuff, but stuff like crouching versus get up attack. Actually, were you too high percent? No, that was your last stock. So crouching versus get up attack, or like just generally covering 2 out of 3 techs, that stuff will make a big difference in how quickly you're killing people. But yeah. If you didn't have any other questions, I think we can call it there.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I just definitely want to review this and go over the things you said. But is this going to be like posted to YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, I'll put it up on the YouTube. Probably not till next week.
That's
just
fine.
because I have a few in the queue, and then I'll be at SmashCon this weekend.
Oh, sick!
I'll get it up, and then I'll also send over some notes.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish you the best of luck too at SmashCon.
Thanks. I'm excited.
No, but yeah,
it's crazy because I looked at the like player list. I'm like, dude, I've actually just beaten like every top player here at least once. Like I don't have favorable records versus a lot of them, but I've beaten like most of them in a set one time in my life.
Yeah.
I know I haven't beaten like this kid Boogie, but
is he there?
Yeah, he's entered.
What? That's crazy.
I was surprised.
I only heard about him. I thought he like stopped playing like 2017 or 2018.
He did.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, he's ice climbers too. That's the weird time to unretire.
Yeah, that's true.
Wobbling. I was gonna say, is this your first major back?
Definitely my first major back. I didn't go to Riptide or what was the other one? Low Tide City.
Yeah, I went to
all
Riptide.
the tides.
Yeah, all the tides.
But yeah, I've only been to a couple Xanadu's.
Yeah. I think I watched a couple of your sets at Xanadu, just like was looking at different things.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to mention is the first major I went to was Riptide. It was just a great time, but the first person I played was Plup, and he just destroyed me.
Oh shit, you played Plup?
Yeah.
Dude, he destroyed me too in a crew battle, so don't feel bad. I was holding my own so well in neutral. I was like playing so smart and like safe. But then he eventually got me, and then once he got me, I built up some damage on him, but then he just got me again, and I was just like, dude, he's too cracked.
I know, it was weird. It was a weird experience because like I felt like I was doing really well my first stock. We were tied, and then he just like edge guarded me in a way like it felt like, oh, he's a computer, he's like a robot. He covered everything, and I'm just gonna die now.
Yep, that's how it be at top level.
Yeah.
They don't joke around.
Didn't get 4 stock twice though. Happy for that.
Yeah, I think I effectively got 3 stocked. Like he started with less stocks and I think I only
Yeah.
took one, so I guess that's a 3 stock.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if you have any issues, like you're trying to implement anything we talked about, definitely hit me up, and I'll try and help
Yeah.
out. I don't want you to
Yeah.
feel like you're stuck, even though we just went over it for an hour, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's a lot to take in, but there's definitely things in my head like right now I want to work on.
Cool.
Definitely the tech chasing stuff. I just really want to. I can just practice that easily in Uncle Punch. I just never set up the scenarios, but
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for
And
talking with me.
don't like fall into the. I don't know if you're the perfectionist type, but don't like fall into the habit of like thinking you need to like tech tech chase perfectly and cover everything. Like I said, if you can just like cover 2 out of 3, that
Yeah.
alone will like help you so much. And then if you want to try to optimize further after, you can do that.
Mhm. Got it. Yeah, I'll just try to cover. I'll just make that a rule, I guess, is just
Yeah.
cover the 3 out of 4, 2 out of 3.
All right, man.
All right.
Well, have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man.
Peace.
See ya. Peace.